It's funny. It's so funny how every time I have tears in my eyes, people think I'd be ready to cry. This is me protecting y'all from me. I always think this bitch has problems and she's trying to save us all. Cause I be trying to spare you, bitch. Ain't sweet over here. Let's keep it together and keep it cute. Hey y'all, what's up? What it do, YouTube? It's Triggling, aka Triggy, aka T6 Ho. You already know what the going on, and welcome back to Triggy's Funhouse. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a round of applause because we finally made it to our studio set. As you can see, it's not too much, but don't do too much because we're gonna get better. Okay, it's all about progression, building your way, climbing your way to the top and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the story time. So today's video is gonna be about two altercations that I got into at work. Of course, these were at two separate jobs. One of the altercations I had to put my hands on somebody, but only because they put their hands on me first. And one thing about it, I'm never gonna start, but I'm always gonna finish. Okay, always. So this first story is gonna be about how I was working at Auntie. So at this point in time, I was job hopping like a motherfucker. I was going job to job to job to job because at the end of the day, y'all need me. I don't need y'all. Like, I'm not even in my career phase. I will pick up a job and drop a job the same time that I just got a new job. You know what I'm saying? So this particular point in time, I decided that I wanted to go work at Auntie Anne's because I had never worked in the mall before. So I'm like, you know what? I love them pretzels. And one thing about it, baby, I'm going to stay in food because I'm a big bitch, okay? I love eating, especially if it's for free. So, of course, I took myself right on over to Auntie Anne's because why not get my back big with y'all? I went over there and I applied to Auntie Anne's. And I'm not gonna hold y'all. Maybe I should take my glasses off. I feel like the glasses is ruining the look. Okay. So when I went to go apply to Auntie Anne's, it was this man, and we're gonna call him GM just because of the simple fact he's not really a part of the story, and he don't need no name anyways, his weird ass. So the GM, I was talking to him. It was a black man, and I was low key excited because I love working under black men. Black men, they don't be doing too much. Like, they want you to do your job, and typically they don't slack at what they doing. He's gonna be on his but at the same time, he's going to be a little bit lenient. He's not going to want you to feel like you're in jail while you're at work. So I was low key kind of excited that I was working up under a black man. Boom up because he turned out to be a weird ass nigga. I'm not going to lie. Why is it that when I went to go see everybody that he has on his roster, why is it all females? He didn't hire no men at all. And so in this particular mall, it's the top and it's the bottom. So there's an Auntie Anne's at the top, which is the one that I work at, and then there's an Auntie Anne's at the bottom. So the one at the bottom had men and female, but the one at the top, up under the one that I got hired to, he wasn't hiring no niggas at all. He was not doing it. And then let me tell y'all, all the girls that he had a body. It was probably about 3 girls, and 3 is Tinka, Dee Dee, and Kiki. Remember those names. So those 3 girls were the only big girls that were in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't discriminate because you would think as a grown man that he would like skinny girls, but no, he didn't like skinny girls because let me tell y'all, in the process of him looking for more people to hire after he hired me, it was this one girl that came and y'all, she was beautiful. She was a beautiful girl, like runway model, like top tier, like, and not even to boost her head too much because I'm a girl's girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give credit when due all the time and never gave hater ever. In the midst of this girl being so beautiful, and literally everybody on the clock is just like looking at her because we're just like, damn, like this girl is pretty. And I think she was a natural ginger or she dyed her hair ginger. I don't know. Everybody's thinking like he's gonna hire this girl. Come to find out, he said he wasn't hiring her because she was too skinny. How you not gonna hire somebody due to their body size being too small to work at a pretzel place in the mall? Make it make sense. That's why I said he's a weird ass nigga, and we're just gonna leave that nigga and pay him no dust. When the GM had hired me, when I first walked into the store, nobody was like friendly. Like, the energy, it just was not given. Now, mind y'all, when I meet new people, I'm not the type of person to just walk up to you and be like, hey, my name is Triggy. Like, no shade, but I don't care to get to know anybody if you're not trying to get to know me. I've had my fair share of getting to know people, and I'm over putting myself first. So I walked into the store, and I was just giving the cold shoulder. Like, it wasn't even no stares or nothing, but I'm very good with intuition. Like, my energy is so high Like when I tell y'all my energy is so high, my intuition goes off and I know when something is wrong. It could be 3 seconds within me walking into a situation and I know I need to get the out. That's how strong my intuition is. So when I tell y'all I'm quick to cut people off, I'm quick to move a certain type of way, just know I move with the flash, okay? Literally. So the first couple of weeks of me working there, it was just me and the GM talking. Like I would just follow him around and stuff like that because we would go from the top and the bottom. In the process of me getting to know the GM, like he was already on some weird shit. I don't know what I had said to him, but basically I told him to his face that he's a weird ass nigga, and he, I said what I said. I'm not gonna argue with no grown ass man while we're going down the escalators, weirdo. We didn't really get off to a bad foot. But at this point in time, when I started opening my mouth and speaking a little more, you know what I'm saying? Because when people meet me, they feel like I'm so quiet. I'm not going to say too much. No, I'm most definitely going to say what I have to say. And it's just going to be that. He was like low key, like falling back, low key falling back. I don't know if he was like low key trying to hit on me or whatever the case may be. I don't know. To this day, I will never know. And I don't care. So when he was falling back for me, wasn't really communicating too much. It was a couple people in there and, you know, they started making their presence known and introducing themselves to me. But at this point in time, I didn't really give a damn because y'all had more than enough time to Yes, I'm one of those people. I'm timing you. You had more than enough time to come introduce yourself to me. But a couple weeks in, now you want to speak up and introduce yourself to me. Girl, I don't care. I don't care. We're going to give them thing one and thing two. Thing one and thing two, they started talking to me, but I wasn't really too fond of them because I was already peeping their energy. Y'all both trying to introduce yourselves to me. We're not going to be friends. I'm not no groupie ass. I don't move when the next move. And I'm for sure not going to be the single out of the duo, even though we're a trio. Does that make sense? It's not happening. I had already got, you know, word of the ear, word of the mouth that thing one and thing two was messy and basically like kiki just a little bit. Don't even do too much with them. So they was introducing themselves to me. And, you know, the energy was just kind of weird. Like I said, I don't do duos. So I basically paid them no dust. In the process of thing one and thing two getting to know me, there was also Dee Dee and Tinka. Dee Dee was like the first person to actually talk to me, sit down and, you know, like be on some cool stuff. So I'm not going to lie. After I met Dee Dee, I kind of took an interest in her, not, you know, in a sexually attracted way, but it was just like, okay, you're cool people. You're the only person who went out of their way to see like how I am, who I am, and what I do. So I that. You know, we were cool, we were talking, whatever the case may be. And every time at a job, when one person talks to me, everybody wants to talk to me too. I be clocking that because you wouldn't have wanted to speak to me any other time, but because your friend came over here or somebody that associates with you came over here to come talk to me, now you want to be in my face too. I don't like that. Be big dog and do your thing without having to do it because somebody else was the first person to do it. Okay, let's clock it. So Dee Dee was a girl. She was a stud. Keep that in mind. Dee Dee was a stud, cool stud. She was like one of the girls who was really like, you know, like not even on no relations type shit. Like she was just cool. Like she just wanted to speak to me. I wanted to speak to her. Like eventually me and Dee Dee was constantly smoking on break. Like we was just always on break together, this, that, to the third. Let's rewind this, right? When I was talking to the GM, in the process of me getting to know the GM was telling me how he does music. Like he's not a recording artist, but you know, he's an engineer and he produces beats and stuff like that. No shade, but he wasn't giving, so I left his ass in the dust. He started telling me all of this. Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, yeah, I'm an artist. I let him listen to some of my songs. He was vibing, like he was with it, like 100%. Like he was like, oh yeah, this is good. Like we gotta work. Woo, woo, woo. Like just let me know. You can come over. I got a studio in my house. Not that I was going anyways, because you're a weird ass nigga and I don't know you. Paid us as no dust. I'm assuming after that conversation, he went to go tell Tinka. Tinka was a dyke. There's a difference between a stud and a dyke. If you know, you know. If not, go find out because you're not going to find out here. Tinka the dyke ended up coming up to me, woo woo woo, and she was introducing herself to me. This was probably like a couple days after the conversation between me and the GM. So Tinka comes and she's introducing herself to me. She's like, hey, I'm Tinka. What's your name? Oh, I heard that you make music. I just want to let you know, like, I do beats, this, that, to the third. She wouldn't talk about nothing, left her ass in the dust, no shade. She was like sending me her beats and stuff like that. And out of all the beats that she had sent me, it was only one beat that I had liked. So I'm like, okay, maybe I could do something with this, and woo, 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 I'll just move back between her and him. Because at the end of the day, as an artist, you have to make sure that you get into the doors, regardless of if you fuck with somebody or not. And it's no shade whatsoever. It's not no being fake shit. It's business. That was pretty much that, whatever the case may be. Me and Tika didn't really get to know each other or none of that. It was just pretty much like on some business shit.
Tinka, she just was on some weird shit. I don't know what her problem is, but she went from being cool, saying hey, every now and then, to not saying hey. We're not friends. It doesn't bother me if you no longer speak to me after speaking to me. I don't care. I don't know you.
In the process of all of this, we're going to go back to thing one and thing two. So I'm talking to thing one and thing two, whatever the case may be, and they're spilling tea about Tinka. They're basically saying like, oh, Tinka don't ever come to work. I don't know why she's trying to come in and make it seem like she's always been here. It was just a whole lot of rah-rah with Tinka. But they didn't have no problem with Tinka. As far as I know, they didn't have no problem with Tinka, but they was just letting me know like, yeah, this girl don't even be here. We don't even know why she came back to work after being MIA for so long. Now we're going to go back to Dee. So when I had first met Dee was on some cool Dee didn't really say too much. She wasn't like giving me no information, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like I go searching for information because, baby, I'm gonna find out either way. It's a big mouth motherfucker up in here. Somebody is gonna tell me something that I need to know. Getting to know Dee, and once that little guard hat came down, that little umbrella, she was basically telling me the tea about the GM and Tinka and thing one and thing two. So it was just like, okay, cool. Like, I'm clocking it with my girl. Like, this my girl. Like, this my friend. We be on break together. I don't know y'all. I don't want to get to know y'all. I found my friend. That was really like the energy it was given. Like, my friend said, y'all messy. I don't fuck with messies. She the only cool ass that introduced me to her. And, whatever the case may be. So there's also this girl named Midget. Midget was a minor, but she's not really in the story. Midget had came in after me, whatever the case may have been. She was having like some issues with her mom, whatever the case may be, and like some school stuff. So I was pretty much talking to her. So keep in mind, Midget and Dee are my friends, but Midget ain't my friend. She's just there whenever Dee isn't there. You know what I'm saying? Dee is my girl. Just keep that in mind. I'm working, whatever the case may be. And at this point in time, the GM is constantly telling me like, hey, you're doing your job really good. Like, you should think about being a manager. And not gonna lie, I was low key thinking about being a manager because the money that I was getting paid, it was like good money. I don't even remember the pay rate that they were giving me, but it was good money, but I just wanted more money. So I'm like, shoot, this is an easy job. I love coming here every day. Like, I don't mind it. So mind you, he wanted me to be a manager. Tinka is an assistant manager, okay? Keep that in mind. I'm constantly coming into work. I'm not going on break. I'm clocking in early. I'm staying later than I'm supposed to. It's no problem. The GM doesn't care who does it. He does not care. It's his store. He does not care. Do what you want. You can get however many hours you want to work, just as long as you show up to work. A couple of weeks of me coming in doing this and him telling me like, oh, you're doing your job. Tinka comes back into play, and basically she's just like OD over the top. Like, now all of a sudden she talking about you can't clock in early, you can't stay no later, you have to go on break, this, that, to the third. When I'm in my section learning a new section, she's coming over to my section and she's like, oh, you need to stop, I can take over, you can go do something else. Like, it was just on some weird type of timing, and I did not understand. Now, mind y'all, me and Dee were like this, okay? Dee is a stud and Tinka is a dyke. Keep that in mind.
It was this incident where I was telling the GM like, hey, I can't come in. No, matter of fact, I had asked him a week in advance. I said, can I have woo off? I asked him for a certain day off. It was either a Tuesday or a Wednesday that I wanted off. He said, yeah, you could be off on that day. So then it gets back to Tinka, right? Tinka's making this big deal in the store, and she's like, why would you tell her that she could be off on my shift? Da-da-da-da. Mind y'all, Tinka is the assistant manager. You're not the assistant GM. You're also not the key holder. You're an assistant. So she's talking to the GM crazy. Now, like I said, y'all, he was already a weird nigga. Like, he would go for anything. Like, he's weird.
So throughout the weeks, I'm just clocking the tea. For some odd reason, I just feel like it's a whole lot of tension and I'm not understanding. Keep in mind, even though me and Dee was cool and Midget was like, the outsider who also kind of somewhat knew me, you know what I'm saying? I still didn't really talk too much. It wasn't just like I was all in their face, ha ha, kiki, da 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 da. No, I still never really spoke too much while we was on the shift. Like, we might have said a couple of things, but at the end of the day, we were still doing our job. You know what I'm saying? This one particular day, I come into work And out of nowhere, the energy was just off. Like we were slow. So we opened at 10:45. Soon as I clocked in, set everything up, because I was the one that was setting up the store. The energy just fell off all day. Like nobody was even in the mall. Like it just fell off. Like it just felt off. So when we're finally open and people need to be coming to Auntie Anne's, nobody was coming to Auntie Anne's. We're like dry. Like it's so slow. You would think with everybody in this motherfucker that we be talking and shit like that. No, nobody was talking. Like everybody was just quiet. Everybody was just doing what they had to do. Like nobody was feeling it. So I was clocking that tea like, okay, whatever the case may be. So as we move further into the shift, I ended up texting Didi. I'm like, Didi, where you at? You supposed to be coming into work. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna come in. Just give me a couple hours. I'm gonna be there, whatever the case may be. I knew she wasn't gonna come in because I wouldn't have came in a couple hours after the fact either. Let me reverse. So before we even got to this particular day, I want to say a couple days before, there was this girl named Kiki
who walked up to the counter. She's like, oh, are y'all hiring?
I'm like, yeah, we're hiring. The GM, whatever the case may be, just giving her like all the deets.
This is after the girl is still like doing her little two-step in between. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be funny, get some laughs and giggles. I'm only gonna let you bitch laugh and giggle about this much. True story, all facts, no cap. When I put my toe in that water and I get to hopping on top like I'm Jesus, bitch, you're gonna think something is wrong with me. That same girl who came to the register asking to get hired ended up getting hired on, I want to say about a week after the fact. She gets hired on, and I already knew what type of girl she was. When I tell y'all I've been in some shit and I know some shit, believe me about this shit. It's true story. All facts, no cap.
So this specific day when I'm telling y'all where I clocked in, I'm setting up the store, everything seems slow, the energy is off. This girl is here, okay? Mind y'all, Kiki comes in. She over there all in their face, Kiki, ha ha ha, whatever the case may be.
Best of friends with everybody. I'm like, okay, let's see how this gonna play out. You know what they mean when they say it's a small world and everybody knows everybody? Them ha ha Kikis. You need to watch out for them people, because that ha is gonna keep going.
She didn't pay no attention to me. I don't care because I'm not your friend. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. But I just thought it was kind of weird because you was asking me if we were hiring, and when you finally get hired on, you can't even look my way and say nothing. Be weird to me.
This same day,
when Tinka comes into her shift, I think she had came in late. Like I think she was already supposed to be there, but I'm pretty sure she came in late. So she clocked into the shift. The energy was already off. Like I said, everybody else was already off, but her energy was already off when she came into the building. So I'm like, okay, cool. While we had just a little bit of people in line, like I said, we were pretty much slow all day. It was really not too much to give. Tinka comes up to me and she gives me a sheet to sign. So I'm looking at a piece of paper and she's like, oh, I need you to sign this because you're not wearing a visor. Mind y'all, this girl didn't have a visor on and nobody else in there had a visor on. So I'm confused why you're restricting rules that you can't follow your damn self and the GM show don't give a about. I'm confused. Confused. She gave me that sheet of paper and I'm sitting there contemplating like, should I sign it? Should I not? Should I sign it? Should I not? First of all, baby, one thing about it, if you're going to write me up, you need to write me up. I'm not signing the goddamn thing. But at this point in time, I had signed the paper. And after I signed it, I threw it away in the trash because now I feel like you pressing me. What the do you mean you're writing me up for not wearing a visor? So I threw the piece of paper away. Okay, cool. So in the process of me throwing the piece of paper away, Tinka had already clocked out and she went on her break. I guess she went to go think like something was holly and jolly. Ain't holly and jolly when you come back in here. So Tinka goes on her break, right? At this point in time, I'm sitting in the back and I'm eating my food. And Kiki walks her big ass to the back, pulls the chair from beside me. Now, mind y'all can't really see where I'm sitting at right now, but I'm sitting in a corner. It's a tight little corner. It's one desk with one chair and you have a chair beside the chair. I'm sitting in the desk. Like I'm to the wall. Like I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so close to the wall. Why would you bring your big ass back here and take this chair and sit so motherfucking close to me? It's no shade whatsoever, but y'all need to be mindful of people's spaces. Like I don't even like when skinny people be all up on me. So as a bigger person in your mind, you should be like, I'm kind of big. I don't know this girl. Let me not sit too close up on her. What if I'm claustrophobic and you sitting all up on me now? I throw up on your fat ass. You get what I'm saying? If you're getting offended by anything that I'm saying, I'm very sarcastic, whatever the case may be. But clock it. So she come back there, she sit down and she's like, oh, like what's your name? Trying to get to know me. But remember, I told y'all she had clocked in. She didn't pay no mind to me. She didn't pay no mind to me. She keep keying with all her and her and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Hoes that she don't even know. Now you want to come back to the bag. You want to sit down and ask me how I am, what's my name, this, that, to the third, whatever the case may be. So then she's like, oh, I want you to tell me how you feel about everybody that works here, which was a setup because why you sitting in my face asking me how I feel about these hoes? Why you ain't gonna ask them how the they feel about me? So that was already letting me know something. Y'all must be kikiing and conversating because why the you asking me how I feel about them? Weird. One thing about it, baby, if you want to play a game with me, I'm gonna play the same game with you. I don't give a I started giving in and I'm telling her woo woo. I'm like, yeah, I don't really have no problem with anybody, but I heard about Tinka and Tinka da 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 da. Just repeating everything that thing one, thing two, and Dee had relayed to me. Why y'all got everything to say, but nobody want to speak up? I'm gonna speak up every time. I don't care. So I said what the I said, and in the process of me saying what the I said, I was getting up to go, and I was like, yeah, but don't go back saying nothing. And Kiki was like, oh, I'm not gonna say nothing. I already knew that she was gonna say something. I already knew it. Like I said, I love to play games because I don't give a She went back and said whatever the she said to Tinka. Now, I don't know if she relayed the message verbatim, but I know what I said to Kiki had got back to Tinka. It's time for me to clock out and go on my break, right? I clock out, I go on my break. I hit my homegirl up.
I'm like, yeah, girl, I feel like I'm finna fight this girl. I can feel it in my chest. Something don't feel right. I feel like it's gonna be a problem.
I feel like me and this girl gonna get into it. She wrote me up for not wearing a visor. She don't even have a visor on her damn self. Like, I'm confused. Woo, 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 whatever the case may be.
I'm finna change my shoes. Thankfully, I had some shoes in the car with me, so I changed my shoes because I'm prepared. Like, it's whatever.
Now, mind y'all, at this point in time, my friend had just moved to the city. My friend was in the area a couple minutes after this phone call had ended. I want to say from about where I was at, yeah, she was about 30 minutes out. So when I had hung up and I called her back, she was in the area, right? I changed my shoes, whatever the case may be, and I go back in. Remember, I was telling y'all, Tinka was forcing me to go on break after I didn't have to go on break my whole entire time of me starting there. Keep that in mind. So I come back in for my break, and I clock back in, and Midget is there. And I was giving Dee like the tea. I'm like, Dee, I feel like me and old girl finna get into it. Like, where you at? It never gave scared. It never gave. But if you're going to attack me, my stud, she's finna come carry us out. It's just like, I don't fight dykes. I don't even fight studs. Every female in the lesbian community knows majority of them don't fight on a regular level. You might as well go put your hands on a grown ass man because the studs and the dykes, they're gonna get up there with you. They gonna brawl. You know what I'm saying? I don't fight. And if I do have to fight, it's not gonna be a stud or a dyke. Do y'all understand this? Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all hearing me? It never gave me put myself in a situation to get beat up by a stud or a dyke. Look, I got faith in myself, but I might as well go fight a grown ass man. I'm not gonna lie. Dee was like, I'm not gonna be able to come. Da da da. Something had happened. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm not panicking or nothing, but I'm just sitting here thinking, like, how the I'm gonna beat this up? How the I'm gonna beat this Because I need y'all to keep in mind, Dee and Tinka was about the same size and the same height. Keep that in mind. I don't want you to go fight my battles, but I know for a fact that Dee wasn't gonna let none of that slide. Y'all, I know it looks like I got some weight on my body, but y'all gotta keep in mind, this story was like 2 years ago. So at this point in time, like, I was so small. Like, I had not been in a fight in I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying? So it just never gave my itty bitty ass coming to fight you. It never gave that. So
I walked to the back because the customer was like, oh, I want some cream cheese icing. And it was in the back of the refrigerator.
So when I went to the back and I seen these 4 people cooped up in the back like some motherfucking chicken eggs up under a motherfucking incubator in the motherfucking chicken coop, one of them that I was looking at was Tinka. And one thing I had clocked was that Tinka was looking at me some type of way. So mind y'all, from me going to the front to me going into the back, the energy had immediately shifted. As soon as I went to the back to grab that cream cheese icing, I knew something was up. I walked back to the front, and that's when I said, in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay. Tinka was looking at me funny, like she got something to say. I'm never going to be the person to start nothing. I'm never going to be the person to press nothing. I'm never going to be the person to do a goddamn thing, because when you that, you just got to sit there and wait for a hoe to come to you. And every time y'all just come to me. Every time. Y'all, I'm getting stressed out. I'm getting stressed out all over again. I give the person their cream cheese icing. A couple minutes after the fact, Tika comes out from the back and she's like, all right, all of y'all can get ready to go home. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck he talking to. She said, all y'all, who's all? I'm not even one of those people to be like, who's y'all? But bitch, who's all? You not talking to me. You're not talking to me. You just wrote me up for not wearing a visor. You don't have no visor on. And you talking about some all of y'all. You're not talking to me. Sorry. She says it again. So I look at Midget because me and Midget are still in the register. I didn't turn around when she had said a thing. Because you're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. I look over to Midget. I'm like, Midget, is she talking to you? She's like, yeah, I'm finna go home in a little bit, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay, cool. But like, I did the shit. It is what it is. The bitch talking to me. So everybody starts clocking out and going home. I'm still sitting on the register. Tinka come up to me and she's like, you can go ahead and clock out. I said, what I'm clocking out for? She said, because we got it. We don't need y'all. You can go ahead and clock out. I said, I'm not clocking out for nothing. My schedule says I leave at 8 o'clock. That's when the mall closes. I said, my schedule says I leave at 8 o'clock. I'm not going nowhere. She's like, do you want to fight? Because I already heard you was talking shit. Oh, it's directed, so now the is talking to me. Yeah, I want to fight. What's up? Now I'm hyped. What's up? So I start getting all loud. Like, one thing about it, don't ask me, do I want to fight? Do not ask me, do I want to fight? Don't ask me, do I want to fight? Now I'm doing the most and I'm waiting for you. I'm not going to swing on you. But if I need to, do you need that? Do you need that? Like, because you said, like, come on. I'm like, yeah, I want to fight. What's up? What's up? So she's like, clock out, da 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 da. So I clock out. Cool. Clocked out, I walk outside. She told me to meet her outside. I clocked out, I went outside. This still inside. So now I'm even more hyped. Made me clock out. Like, what's up? What's up? Do you want to fight? 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 Like, it's a whole lot of hand movements. Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? So in the process of me asking her, do she want to fight? I'm walking back up on her. So I was loud as outside. I drew some attention. I'm not gonna lie. Because one thing about it, when you get me there, my voice gets real low. My voice gets real low. So in the process of me walking back up to her, because now I'm outside acting a motherfucking fool, looking like a crackhead on the motherfucking street, I walked back inside and so my voice went back to regular. And I started calming myself down. For me to even calm myself down in that situation, I'm very proud of myself. Because I don't bother nobody. I don't do nothing to nobody. I mind my business. Come with their problems and I'll be ready to solve them every time. I walk back in, I'm like, do you want to fight? 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 The GM is in between us. I'm like, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Now, remember when I said the GM was a weird ass nigga? Why the nigga acting like Captain Save-A-Ho standing in between the middle of us protecting this bitch? You must be fucking her on the low because we all know that Dice give it up. In the conversation. Next thing you know, she pushes the GM out the way. Like literally pushes him out the way. Soon as she pushed him, I said, oh, bitch, I knew what the fuck you was gonna do. And when I tell y'all my intuition is good, I know what y'all hoes is finna do before y'all do it. So she pushed him out the way. I said, ooh, you feel me? Because as soon as she pushed him, she was gonna come swing on me. So when she pushed him out the way, I juked that punch that she was gonna swing. And you know, after that, like you feel me? Like we did a little circle. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know. We ended up rotating. We both ran up to swing. We both missed. Cause bitch, I'd be damned if you hit me first. We both missed. After that, I'm just clocking her ass, clocking her ass, clocking her ass. How you start with me and you can't even keep up with me. And mind you, like I was telling y'all, it had been so long since I had been into a fight. So for me to even be clocking you, you should have been clocking me. My lightweight ass. I wasn't even swinging on you for real. Because mind y'all, I was up here when she told me to clock out. She should have came outside when she had me up here. I'm not gonna lie. She should have came outside when she had me up here. So when I had to walk back in, my energy came down. So now I feel like I'm play fighting you for real. Like we not even hitting for real. You should have stepped outside because I would have gave you that work for real, right? I'm fighting this girl and somehow like this is using all her weight. Like you know a can't fight if she diving into your motherfucking chest. Pick your head up, you goofy ass. Like how you swinging with your head down? You trying to get face shot swinging like this? Like make it make sense. So she got me pinned up on the motherfucking counter. I'm slipping and sliding on flour and cinnamon and motherfucking brown sugar and shit like that as if we had a motherfucking ice skating rink. I don't have no motherfucking grip. I have on non-slip resistant shoes, but I had these shoes for like 3 years. So these shoes is on their last motherfucking leg, and baby, they're not helping me. So I really had to use my weight against her, and she bigger than me. I'm skinny. I don't have a lot of weight on my body at this point in time. So she's putting all her weight on me. She's a fat ass hoe. And I hope you lost weight today, you big ass. So she on my motherfucking body. I'm like trying to push this bitch for her because bitch not finna clocking me on my head. Like, not when I'm on the counter. Like, what are you saying? So next thing you know, like I had to grab the bitch out her shirt and I yanked that hoe to the motherfucking ground. As soon as she got on the motherfucking ground, I kicked my leg up. Soon as I kicked my leg up, I realized I was gonna fall if I followed through with that kick. But baby, she was gonna get this nasty ass 10 size split shoe in her motherfucking nostril. I was gonna hit her so hard that my toe was gonna touch her spinal cord and make the fluid motherfucker expand in her brain. Like, ugh. I was gonna do you dirty. When I realized I couldn't get my foot to her face, I went in for an uppercut. Soon as I went in for an uppercut, this bitch ass nigga, the GM, her little baby daddy, I'm assuming, because why the f he taking up for this bitch? Mind y'all, in the process of all of this going on, the GM didn't give a goddamn shit. He didn't say nothing. He quiet as a motherfucking mouse. Soon as I'm finna give this uppercut, you wanna come up grab me, bitch? Really? You wanna come grab me? And this started it, your assistant manager? That's why I say he a weird ass nigga. He forever a weird ass nigga. He grabs me off of the girl. So at this point, she get back up and she's still aiming towards me. So mind y'all, I had grabbed this girl's shirt. Like I grabbed her shirt. I grabbed and twisted it so bad that now we're damn near in the back room. I don't know how the I got to the back room. Somehow, some way, I came back to consciousness and I started tagging it like I'm trying to hit this bitch, but somebody got my arm. So I'm barely like, I literally could have clocked her dead in her shit. But thing two in the back was grabbing my motherfucking arm. So I couldn't even land the punch how I wanted to land the punch. And that shit was pissing me the off. Because in all reality, I don't know you. Why the you holding me back? I should have swung on all y'all hoes. Because all y'all was weird as I had to let this bitch go because my finger was about to break. Like I felt my finger literally, like I felt my finger. I felt if I didn't let go, my finger would have been broke. And I'm not gonna lie. When I let go and check my finger later, I could see the damage that was done to my finger. Thankfully, I made a at-home splint and I fixed that shit, and now my hands are straight. After we got done fighting, thing two was telling me how Tinka tried to pour boiling water on me. She tried to stab me with some scissors.
The tried to stab me with the scissors that I had in my hand that I put down on the counter before we got to hitting. So ironically, something told me not to put those scissors there. I did. And thankfully, at the end of the day, somebody or something was still in my presence for me to not get stabbed by my own scissors.
Yes, she most definitely did try to stab me, but instead of stabbing me, she stabbed the GM instead.
That I had in my hand, that I put there on the counter. If that doesn't tell you God is real, I don't know what tells you. After I got done fighting her, the mall cops had came, the police had came, like, and I had parked at the main entrance. It wasn't like I could just leave, you feel me? Baby, by the time that they let me go, guess what? The cops was right outside in front of my car because I parked at the front. So I had nowhere to go. But the fact that you tried to pour boiling water on me? Tried to pour boiling water on me for what? Like, if that doesn't scream hater, I don't know what the And this is a dyke. This ain't no stud. This ain't no bitch look good in the face. This is a dyke. We're not even gonna go further than that. We're just gonna leave it at dyke. Dyke. Then the girl's like, yeah, she went to go call her girlfriends to come jump you. Not girlfriend. Girlfriends. She went to go call. Went to go call who? Bitch said girlfriends with the S. I ain't never been jumped a day in my life. Oh my gosh. I'm going to jail. They're gonna put me in a psych ward.
Y'all remember when I said my homegirl, when I called her back, she was in the area. So thankfully she was already on the way. So when I found out this information about the two girlfriends coming to push up, supposedly, my homegirl was already in the parking lot and she was already on the shit that she was on.
Like I was telling y'all, the police people had came and stuff, like the security guard, some nigga that was dressed in a suit. Y'all ever seen Proud Family, that tall ass nigga who was never in frame? Magic Willie or Mr. Willie or Magic Black or whoever the man was on Proud Family, the nigga that was never in frame. That's what this nigga looked like if they were to put this nigga face in frame. Some random ass, tall ass, dark skinned nigga in a suit. Why are you in the suit in the mall? Who are you? Where did you come from? And why are you the first person here? It's giving man in charge. You own the mall? He was over there trying to talk to me. When I'm to that point, don't talk to me about nothing. Nothing. Don't come to me about nothing. Even if you are the popo. Don't say nothing to me. Like, I don't even know what the man said. But I'm popping it. I'm popping it big time. Because when I pop it, I pop. I pop and pop and pop and pop. I'm too healed to be this version of myself when I'm in an angry state. When I'm in an angry state, I'm either gonna float or I'm gonna drown. And I'm gonna drown us every time. I want to see myself from everybody else's point of view. It doesn't make sense why when I go off, everybody is sitting like a deer in the headlights. Nobody has anything to say. Everybody is looking spooked like they seen a ghost. Kid you not. Every time I'm on edge, I popped off, I'm ready to spaz and risk it all. Everybody's sitting there like, even the people who start with me, they're every time you with me and you found out. Where's the energy now that I'm up here with you? Or did I surpass you and you didn't think I could get this far up above you? But like, I'm confused.
This next story is gonna be about how I got hired at motherfucking McDonald's and I literally got fired on my third day. It's a very short story, but this literally just happened like last week, like 2 weeks ago. It's a motherfucking Friday night and I'm gonna keep it as short and cute as possible. So it's this one dude and we're gonna call him Stick Man. Every day, Stick Man would come up to me, he would try to have a conversation and I told his ass, I said, you giving little boy energy or young nigga, however I worded it. Moral of the story, he's giving little boy energy. I just was not with him. Friday night, I'm on the motherfucking headset with, we're gonna call him BG. Okay. So I'm standing in the back and I'm talking to BG. BG is on lane 2 with me, right? So it's a long line. It's a Friday. I'm ready to, sit down and do what I got to do, ready to close the system down so I can go smoke. At this point in time, it's like 1:30 in the morning. So this lady, she comes up to the intercom. I'm like, hey, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you? Just like that. Everybody loves my intro when they hear me on the speaker at McDonald's. Never once has anybody came up to McDonald's and called me a rude ass bitch ever because I'm always respectful as She's like, yeah, I have a code. I said, okay, go ahead with your code. She's like, none of that on the screen. It's my order. So I'm looking at the screen. It's a water cup. Now I have a question for anybody who goes to fast food. When you go to fast food and you ask for a water cup, do they charge y'all for water or do they give it to y'all for free? Okay, so the water cup was on the screen. It literally says small water. For how much? $0. Well, sorry for you, sis. I can't take this water off because there's nothing else on the screen. It's not going to let me clear the screen off if you don't start your order for me to take it off. But of course, what the I look like explaining that to you? I'm not explaining to you. Let me rewind it back so y'all can hear me once again. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you? Yes, I have a code. Okay, go ahead with your code. She gives me the code. I'm like, okay, what can I get for you? She's like, none of that stuff on the screen is my order. Once again, I looked at the screen. It said water. For how much? $0. I'm not going to explain to you that I cannot remove a water cup unless you start the order. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that because you're not being charged for anything. So I said, ma'am, I put your number in. What can I get for you? Who the fuck are you talking to? Just like that. Babe, you have the right person. You have the perfect person. Keep in mind, I don't argue with so she start, who the fuck are you talking to? Getting all motherfucking pipe the fuck up in the speaker. So I look at BG, who is a manager, right? BG is on lane 2 with me. Before I even answered the headset, BG came to the back. He said, I need you to help me start taking orders again. He told me to get off of lane 2 just for him to come back and say, I need you to help me start taking orders again. Soon as I click the headset, he's on the same lane that I'm on. He hears every goddamn thing in my ear because we're on the same lane. We're standing side by side. I look at him. He looks at me. I said, bruh, take the order. I'm not finna sit here and argue with her. You said you had a code? Yes. What's the code? He's like, okay, so what can I get for you? Oh, can I get lost all of that energy? Lost all of that energy when you heard a nigga get on the mic, but you want to turn the up on me? He finishes her order, whatever the case may be. Before you know it, it took about 5-10 minutes for this gets to my window. Cause like I said, we were extremely busy. I opened the window, 1415. That was you on the headset? Yep, 1415. You're rude as 1415. You need to learn how to respect your elders. I said, lady, you disrespected me. Don't come up here feeling no type of way. And she popping her, popping her, popping her, popping her. This some old ass, fat turkey neck looking at. Like, this bitch so motherfucking big. Whew, I need to go smoke, because speaking of this. So she's just popping her shit. I'm not saying nothing to her. The first sentence I said was, you disrespected me. Don't come up here feeling no type of way. Right? So then she's like, if you don't like your job, then you shouldn't be working here. I said, babe, I just started working here. You're not bothering me. That was the second thing I said to her. I did not call her out her name. I didn't argue with her one time. I said 2 sentences to her. 2 sentences to her, right? So she's giving me her card. Literally, I kid y'all not. As soon as I do this, I didn't even get a chance to pull it back. As soon as I do this, she snatches it and she's like, don't snatch my card out of my hand. I said, you got a motherfucking problem. You can put your damn card in your motherfucking self, you rude ass. And I put the slider out the window. So she's inserting her card. This shit, dee, dee, dee. As soon as I go to take it, she pulls it. So now I'm pulling it back. And she pulls it again and I let go. Because I'm not going to sit here and do no tug of war with you, bitch. You're childish as. And before you know it, this throws the reader at my face, y'all. She literally throws the card reader at my face. So when she threw it at my face, it took me a couple of seconds to realize what the was going on. She had me in a daze. Not gonna lie. I took a step back and I'm like, what the Because immediately, as soon as that in my face, I blacked the out. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the is going on. And then it just occurred to me I got hit in my face. So I said, get out the car. I said, get out the car. Soon as I clock my hand back to throw it at this bitch, somebody grabs my arm. And it's literally Stick Man. He comes behind me, he grabs my arm, and I just lose my.
I want y'all to keep in mind that Stick Man was right behind me when he seen this lady throw this at my face.
Get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me. Da-da-da-da-da. Remember how I told y'all I should have popped all them in their face at Auntie Ann's when they was holding on to me? I wasn't going to let that slide again. So get the fuck off of me and let me do what the fuck I got to do. Everybody keeps trying to hold me. I'm pushing everybody back, pushing everybody back. Get off of me or I'm going to swing on you. I turned to Stick Man. I said, get the off of me or I'm going to swing on you. Get off of me or I'm going to swing on you. And he let me the go. So I go back to the window. I throw it again. All I know was I hit this twice. I most definitely did. Did I hit her in her face? No, I didn't. But I most definitely hit this twice. In the process of me still feeling riled up because I would have clocked her dead in her shit if these niggas behind me didn't grab me. I would have did some serious work to this bitch. I was going to crack this bitch hole open. Let's talk about it. They basically saved your life. No shade. Be lucky I didn't have a gun on me. Because I would have you in your face. I'd be and I probably fuck is you talking about? So I walk away from the window. Everybody scurries to the window trying to figure out what the fuck going on. So they talking to this lady. This dumb still got her window down. She really should have just pulled the fuck off. Because as many times as I'm coming back to the window, she still got her window down like a dumbass bitch. You old ass. One of the girls turns around and she's like, oh, she said that you attacked her first. I said, this bitch is lying. So now you want to lie? And I feel like I didn't get my lick back, even though I got my lick back. So what did I do? I walked over to the window, spit on that. Now what? Now what? Now what? She's sitting there. Now what? Now what? Now what? You wanted to pipe up in the drive-thru. You wanted to throw something in my face. I told you to get out the car. You didn't want to get out the car. So I'm going to spit on you. I have never had to spit on somebody. So for me to spit on you, you out of your rabbit ass mind. But you know what? I'm actually very proud that she did not get out the car. Because if she got out the car, the way I would have done the from Auntie Ann's, I would have did this extremely worse. She was extremely smart for not getting out of the car. Because when I say I was going to do you in, I was going to do you in and you was going to be very unrecognizable. You're very smart that you didn't get out the car, but you're dumb as for not taking your ass down the street to Planet Fitness by the mall and going to go work out to lose that fat ass neck. Of course, I go to HR. I didn't call the police because I'm not no police ass. And the thing was, everybody was like, oh, you should have just went outside. You should have just went outside. I thought about going outside, but I had more chances of getting my lick back with me being in the window opposed to me going outside. I don't be out here starting problems with people. I don't be out here fighting. So when people put me in a situation to react, I'm very much so rightfully going to jail, and I'm going to smile in my mugshot every time. Like, I want the best for everybody. But when you come for me and you feel like sweet, this and that, I'm going to show y'all hoes every time that it never gave that. I motherfucker to HR about it, whatever the case may be. This gonna say, oh, well, she already filed a complaint against you, woo, 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 whatever the case may be. So basically, they trying to make it seem like I'm contradicting myself, but I'm grown as fuck. I don't have a point to prove anymore unless you put your hands on me and give me a reason to give you the proof. All right? HR was not on my side, da-da-da-da. So I went to go sit down with the GM, the nigga who hired me, his weird ass. And then this Mexican named Elmo. And Elmo was basically trying to spaz on me like I beat up her homegirl. So of course I had to check Elmo like, what's your problem?
So right here in this corner, I'm not touching your phone.
This point.
I don't know why you have an attitude.
I don't.
You most definitely do. You're being very hostile. I'm trying to walk you through it. Like, I'm confused. I'm so confused. I wasn't gonna touch it. I was pointing in the corner.
Okay.
Okay, see, look, when you were just doing that, when you did swing on when y'all just was talking, you did swing.
Because you're acting some type of way, and she kept cutting me off like throughout the whole time. You invited me here to talk to you. I didn't ask to sit here and talk to you. So, more to the story, after I got done talking to them, basically what I had said was, if somebody hits you in your face, you react the same way. You know what they both did? They both had their hands crossed like this, and they followed by complete silence. Okay, so why the f*** y'all trying to sit here and make it seem like I'm the bad guy? They really didn't give a f*** about the situation with me and this. What really made it worse was that I swung on BG. Now, if I never went to this meeting, because I knew that they was going to fire me, I never gave a fuck. But y'all gonna hear what the fuck I have to say. So in the meeting, they showed the footage back, and cause Elmo was sitting here talking about some, oh, you swung on BG, you swung on BG. We don't condone that. Da 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 da. You attacked somebody who's already da da da. Whatever the case may be. I'm like, I didn't swing on nobody. Remember, I told y'all that I told Stickman if he don't get his hands off of me, I'm gonna swing on him, right? That was who I thought she was referring to. She ran the videos back, and basically I swung on BG, the larger guy. When I tell y'all I swung him and I clocked him dead in his shit, I clocked him spot the on in his shit. Spot the on. It's nothing you can do to calm me down unless I want to calm myself down. It took me 30 minutes to calm the down. Everybody talking about something, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm not sad. Don't let these tears fool you, baby girl. I'm angry as because I feel like I didn't get my lick back. I'm praying to God that I never see this again. But if I do see this again, she's going to smile forever. And we're going to be some smiling buddies. But thank you for tuning into my video. I hope that y'all really enjoyed it. I will see y'all next time. And I do have some more music dropping. I have some people asking me, like, when are you dropping more music? I have it coming. Right now, I'm working on mixing and mastering. So I'm doing all of my songs by myself. Like, it's going to take me some time. These videos, I'm trying to have like an updated schedule and stuff like that. But just give me some time to work with y'all. And thank you for tuning in. And I will see y'all next time. Stay positive and don't let these with y'all. And don't ever let no bitch punk you. Period. I don't know what it is about people feeling like fast food workers ain't on shit, but this fast food worker gonna clock y'all every time. One more thing. I got one more thing to say to this bum fat ass. I got one more thing to say to you. If you think that you won, you didn't win, because I clock into my job tomorrow. If I hit you first, you should have filed a police report. Who the f goes to McDonald's and says your employee attacked me? If I hit this bitch first, she would have went to the police. She would have never went to McDonald's and said, oh, your employee attacked me. Why you ain't go to the police? Because you're a liar. Because you're a liar. And it's a special place for people like you. And I hope you burn in hell for the rest of your life. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Thank y'all for watching.